welcome back to Conrail's Boston Line. I'm Lou, your host, and this is an update for July. Happy July 4th to everybody. I just wanted to give you an idea of what we've been working on. We have some new scenery, as you can see here, and a couple other spots. So let's go for a little tour, a little update, and show you what we've been doing. So the first scene I wanted to show was this little farmhouse on the corner. This is the Helix coming up in Westfield. As soon as you come up from the first level, and we got this cute little farmhouse on the corner. We just added some horses and some cows, and it's just a nice way to fill in the corner of the layout here. As you come out of the tunnel just before Westfield, we finished the scenery on this hillside here. And we haven't brought the scenery down to cover up. This is the entrance down here to the Helix. And I'll explain that in a little bit. But this is coming together nicely with the Westfield lumber transfer and eventually Cargill salt in the corner. So coming up the hill, continuing up through Westfield, we started the scenery over in the interlocking right here. This is CP 105. And I started experimenting with powdered grout. I put it down to kind of cover the like the base of the bench work before I put any ballast down. I'm not really crazy about this powdered grout. I know people do use it and like using it, but I haven't quite figured out the right technique yet or consistency. But we decided to put in a little, like a pipe transload right here. Not prototypical. I mean, there was some industry in Westfield, but it's a cool little scene. Don't mind the Matchbox cars from the kids. But again, I was experimenting with the grout, and actually, now that I'm watching it on my phone while taking the video, it looks better on the video. But what I found is that once it dries, it gets kind of like a peachy color instead of like a gritty dirt color. So I'm still kind of experimenting. Same thing over here in Westfield. But we'll figure it out. A lot of this stuff is trial and error. And since I got a train coming through, I may as well bring you to CP 107. This is where the Pioneer Valley, or the Housatonic, crosses the Boston line. And I got my little interchange right here. I was working on a backdrop. I don't know, we'll see. But that's an actual picture of the yard in Westfield. So I'm gonna try to incorporate that in. But the base scenery is actually coming out really well here. And we'll move on. This is the arches in like the Chester area as you go up the mountain. I think I had these in one of my other videos, but now everything's in nice. And I didn't pour any water yet, so the riverbed's a little dry currently, but the rest of the scenery is coming in, and then I got my photo backdrop in too, so it's coming together. It's you get the idea. I think I need more trees, but I'm trying not to block the tracks, block the view with trees, but also make it look mountainous at the same time. So we'll see. So moving up the mountain a little bit, I'm starting to fill in the scenery in the corner, and I think I'm gonna have this little town backdrop. I'm gonna try to figure out how to connect the two here, and I'm gonna make like a little bit of a town here, kind of raised up with I'm thinking maybe like some rocks or something in the front, but kind of get like a raised up mountain feel, like a little mountain town. I don't have a lot of room to work with in the corner here, but I think one or two buildings, maybe a road, and you know, it'll kind of compress the scene nicely. So that's it as far as the scenery goes. And there's sort of a reason I've only been working on the middle level here, as you can see, is because I am planning a fairly substantial expansion as soon as my wife lets me. But essentially, I have not been working on the middle level or the lower level because I plan on ripping these out, and so I'm just not doing any scenery because I know at some point they're gonna go. But essentially my plan is on this side of the room that I'm standing in here. This is West Springfield Yard now. This will still be West Springfield, but I plan on adding a 4th level underneath here, which would be hidden staging, and tucking a return loop underneath Westfield down here, kind of at the level of the shelving here. And so essentially this whole level will get ripped out because I'm going to move the yard further this way, move the Connecticut River further that way where the benchwork is much narrower because of the aisleway. I think that's more of a natural spot for the bridges, and I'll gain a lot more yard space by moving everything that way. But it's on the other side that things are really going to change. So down at this end of the layout, this is Palmer, and this is the current kind of terminus end of the layout. This is where the 2-track main line splits and just basically reverses around itself here in Palmer. My plan is, if you could follow with me, I'm essentially going to blow through this wall out into the rest of the room. And in doing so, I'm going to remove the reversing loops here and here. I'm going to push the layout back and just basically keep this along the wall theme through here and all the way back until it goes through the wall. And then I'm going to take Palmer and put it out into this room. May as well just walk through so you can see it. Don't mind the mess, but this is the kids' play area now, and as the kids get older, they're playing with the toys less and less. So I'll come through the wall, and if you could kind of envision Palmer right here, and then this extra run will give me the length I need to drop down to the lower level, which would go underneath. And up here for Pittsfield, it's kind of the same deal. The reversing loop would come out. It's going to get pushed against the wall, and I'm actually going to take Pittsfield Yard and have it more prototypically where it'll come out and along this wall and back towards you. So you'll actually be working Pittsfield kind of where that access hole is. That'll be the aisleway going in this way. So it'll really open up Pittsfield, and I'm going to remove these current interlockings. I've never really been crazy with the track plane here in Pittsfield. And I'm going to have 4 tracks here instead of 3, with a yard lead on either side of the main, just like in real life. So that basically concludes our tour for July. I hope you like all the scenery and the work that we've been doing. I know I teased future expansion. It's coming. I got at least another probably year of bugging my wife before I finally get the approval. But you got to have a plan, right? It's fun, and I love planning. I love the planning stages. So I'm in that right now. But in the meantime, I hope you're enjoying the trains. I hope you're enjoying the scenery, and I hope you're enjoying your own railroads and your own hobbies. And maybe what we're doing here is giving you a little bit of inspiration. So everybody have a safe and happy 4th of July, and we'll see you next time.